What's up guys, Nathan here, and today I want to talk about the biggest mistake that most poker players make that consistently keeps them from getting real lasting success in this game. Let's jump right into it. Alright guys, first off I want to apologize, I got a bit of a cold here, but I want to bang out this video because this is a really important topic I've seen with a lot of my students, something that they struggle with for years and years on end, and this is something that I struggled with mightily in my professional poker career for over 10 years. I've actually talked about this a little bit here on the channel before. What am I talking about? I'm talking about not taking shots, not believing in yourself, and staying small in this game. Most people know me online as the micro stakes guy, still to this day, and I've received all sorts of flack over my professional poker career, if you guys know my story, because I was the guy who always played so many hands at the smaller stakes. And quite frankly, I kind of just get a kick out of it these days, as I've been traveling the world for over 10 years now. I've been semi-retired from this game for a very long time now. So as a side note, when you make a lot of people believe a certain thing when something else is true, that actually can be good. But a lot of people actually stay small in this game, and I did for a long time myself as well, especially early on in my career. I have a video on this channel talking about how I got my start in 2003, 2004, and back then I truly was the mass multi-tabling micro stakes guy. And the problem was, during that time period is what we refer to as the golden era of online poker and live poker as well. There were literally people with thousands of dollars in front of them at the poker tables, tournaments, cash games that literally barely knew the rules of the game. There were a lot of people that got very wealthy, some smart poker players during that time, and unfortunately I wasn't one of them. And the biggest mistake that I made is just simply not believing in my ability. You know, I believed all the haters back then. I was the micro stakes guy. I'm not good enough to play in those higher stakes games. And honestly, this mentality held me back for a long time. Now I want to say that there's nothing wrong with staying small in this game. You know, if you just want to grind out, you know, your $10, $50 games on the internet, or you know, $1, $2 cash game in a live casino, there's nothing wrong with that, guys. And a lot of people make a decent part-time income or even a full-time income from these games, especially if you live overseas like I do, in a much lower cost kind of place rather than an expensive country like Canada, where I'm from, for example. Love Canada, but you know, prices aren't so cheap. For a lot of people, this makes sense. And also, I will say that playing low stakes games, there's a lot less stress because you just win more often. You're playing against a lot of bad players, so chances are you're going to have a lot more winning days. But guys, the real truth of the matter is that the real money in this game, the real opportunity in this game, is really always going to be not just at mid stakes, but really high stakes. I mean, that's where you truly get above the rake. Finally in this game, rake really kills people, especially in small and even some mid-stakes games as well. And the high-stakes games are really where people get truly wealthy in this game. And once again, that's not everyone's goal. Hey, if you're just watching this video, you just play this game for fun, there's nothing wrong with that. And I do also want to point out that I am not encouraging anyone watching this video to simply go jump in high-stakes games right away and try their luck. That's going to be a bad idea. Probably 90-95% of you guys watching this video. The real point of what I'm saying, guys, is that you have to start building confidence in your game early on. And really this just comes from preparation and experience, in my opinion. Having played over 10 million hands of poker, having spent thousands and thousands of hours in programs like Poker Tracker, studying high-level poker courses, reading poker books. I'll have links for everything I suggest in the description below. You know, all of this builds confidence in my game. And then of course you start getting real results at the poker table as well. And that's really where the rubber meets the road, guys. When you start consistently winning at this game, then you're going to start really believing that, hey, maybe I'm actually pretty decent at this game and I should continue to improve and start trying to move up and challenging myself against better competition. But guys, really one of the biggest sort of eureka moments that I had, talked about how I was staked early on in my career by a famous high stakes poker player at the time. You know, I was getting some coaching on the side as well. And by the way, this is probably a topic for another video, but if you can, you know, obviously you have to create some success for yourself first, or no one's going to stake you. A stake, by the way, is somebody giving you some money to play in higher stakes games, and typically you're going to give them 50% of your profits, something like that. You know, if you're struggling with confidence at the poker table, that's clearly going to be one of the best things you can do, especially if you're getting some coaching as well from a world-class professional like I was at the time. But really, one of the biggest things that he taught me was, he said to me, Nathan, you need to understand that you're playing the $50 games right now, okay? But I play $5,000 games on the internet, and you would be shocked that the level of competition in my $5,000 games is really not a whole lot different than in the $50 games you're playing in. Guys, there's this huge misconception out there that high-stakes players are these godly geniuses of advanced mathematics or something. Maybe in a few cases that is the case, but in most situations, it's just somebody who literally has the bankroll to be playing in those games, and also has developed the confidence to put themselves in those games in the first place. Maybe they won a big tournament. There are some people that do that as well. But guys, the biggest thing that I can leave you with in this video is that real big time success in this game is really just all in your head. The players that you might be idolizing right now in mid or high stakes games, the big secret that they don't want you to know is that most players are actually not that much better in those games. It's the exact same game of poker. They're just playing for more money, and in most cases, most people these days that are competent winners at small stakes games could conceivably jump into those games and start winning. Once again, I just want to have a massive disclaimer. I am not encouraging anyone to jump from their $50 game to the $5,000 game right now. Guys, you just need to understand that belief in your own abilities in this game is going to take you further than anything. Ignore the noise, turn off the chat, turn off the haters. They don't matter. Real success in this game is always going to come down to how you perceive your poker game, and it really starts with preparation and experience. If you want to know my complete strategy to start crushing these small and mid-stakes games, make sure you grab a copy of my free poker cheat sheet. That'll be the top link in the description below. And I hope you guys found this video helpful. Make sure you like and subscribe if you did. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. This has been Nathan Williams with blackgrain79.com.